Alright, what's going on everybody? It's Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys is I'm going to be showing you guys how you guys can cop off the sneakers app manually in 2020. Obviously we're heading towards the end of the year now, and also started 2021. Throughout 2021 this method will continue to work, I'm pretty sure, and we're just going to get into the video and kind of discuss how you guys can use it, because it is manual, so you will get into all that. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video. If you want more how to cop videos, again, you can go ahead and subscribe below, and also drop a like in this video. I'd really appreciate it if you guys would do both those, or either one, you know. If you aren't already tuned in, again, we do a lot of content like this. It's pretty helpful. So if you want to drop a like too, goal again is 200 likes. So let's see if you can do that. And also in the description is my Discord. You know, the guy's secret sauce there, my boys there. So yeah, you know, everything's really down there in the description if you want to go check it out. My Discord's very helpful down there. So shout out to everybody that helps out on there. That's down in the description, so go join there if you haven't already been tuned in there. But yeah, that's everything gotta say really. So let's get into discussing how you guys can cop off the sneakers app manually in 2020 and have some success, because this method has worked for me a lot, and as you can see, you've got a lot of pairs there, so good success. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm here with the screen recording right here, and this is my Instagrams. Again, if you haven't already tuned in on these, they're just down below if you want to go check them out. Give me a follow there, but it's not really super important, so we're just going to kind of get into, again, sneakers and how you guys can cop off there, because that's what we're discussing in this video. So right off the bat, the first thing I want you guys to do is screenshot this notepad right here, because this is basically what this method is setting up multiple sneakers accounts. And I hope you guys, again, this is what this video is for, is how you guys can set up multiple sneakers accounts and then how to use this method. So setting up multiple sneakers accounts, really, most people using this method just set up multiple sneakers accounts on different phones. So your mom probably has a phone, your dad probably got a phone, or you know, your brother, your sister, you know, if you got siblings, or if it's just you and your mom, you know, then that's two devices right there, you know. But if you also got like a computer, then that's 3 devices, and you can make an account on every single device. And when making an account on every single device, when you're making an account on every single device, you have to alter the name for every account, and altering the name just means put a different name for every account. But that step's even completely optional. Like, it really doesn't matter if you put the same name for every account you make, because you have to think about how many people got the same name, and then also different email and phone number for every account. You already have to have that required to even make a different sneakers account, but you can make really as many ones as you want. It just really depends on how many devices, you actually got. And to my knowledge, also, I want to say this because Nike, as most people may or may not know, does actually track through the IP, and this is actually very important to know that Nike tracks through the IP, because this means basically if you have too many accounts on too many devices without proxies going for one type of sneaker for the same drop, then basically Nike will ban those accounts and not let you through for them. And it's just, you don't want to end up in that situation where you have to end up making new accounts because your old ones get banned. Nike's not really going to tell you if they're banning your accounts too. So really, to my knowledge, with this method, most people, again, usually just get like 4 phones or have 4 phones, and then they download sneakers on all those phones. They don't need to get proxies when they got those 4 devices. And on those 4 devices too, another thing that we have to discuss, I do want to actually, this is important, I still want to get into this, because this is like if you're using like a bunch of accounts. Like this is, for example, proxies would be like right here. Shout out my boys at Secret Sauce, I'll leave them at the top of the description. Proxies right here, these would be necessary if you were using like 10 devices. And people say that they've had trouble setting up their proxies on their phones, but you can really, it's really easy to set up a proxy on a phone. You just do it in settings. It's not like too difficult to actually set up a proxy on your device. Like, you can just do it in your Wi-Fi settings. And most people, again, are just running, like, probably listening to this video, probably are just going to be using whatever devices they have at hand. But proxies right here, these would be necessary if you were going with something like authentic accounts right here. Like these guys that allow you to like make like 25 accounts at once, and they got like a browser tool and like Nike account package right here. And I'll get into discussing that in a second, but proxies would really be more necessary for something like that. But if you're on a computer, again, and let's say you were trying to make a bunch of accounts, I kind of wanted to get into this though. So here's how you can make a bunch of accounts in your computer, or at least get into the steps of it, because you couldn't make a bunch of accounts in your computer by just opening a bunch of tabs and then going for the drop like that, because that's not a good way to go with it. You have to open up a new browser for each one. So what you would do is just click right here, go to a new Chrome user, like I just got one right here, and then you would just type in like Nike sneakers right here, and then you see this is a completely new account right here, not even logged into Google or nothing. And then I could run another one right here, and this would be 2 accounts right here. So let's say I was going for the Jubil drop, you see I got one here and one here, and then I could sign into one account here, and that'd be 2 accounts on my computer. I wouldn't really need proxies for this, because since it really doesn't matter if you're doing this with like 5 accounts, it's not a big deal. But again, you would start to need proxies, and this is when you would purchase the browser tool, because this is more possible again on the computer is actually kind of faster for checking out on sneakers, but that's when you would need to get something like the browser tool, because this kind of allows you to basically, it makes a bunch of sneakers accounts for you. And this isn't sponsored. I would love to get something from Authentic Accounts, but shout out them. But yeah, this browser tool basically, I saw it was at like a good deal right now, and you can get, like, it gives you 25.gig accounts, and you could just go get proxies with them too. Then you could just go get some secret sauce proxies, and then you would just run proxies, because this tool would allow you to basically, what it does is it would allow you to then select what proxies you want to go to whatever account. So then it would put those proxies on each browser, and then you wouldn't have to worry about like your IP getting tracked or anything. But again, proxies aren't really necessary if you're just running on a few phones. So just gonna say that and get that out of the way. Because I know that people have a lot of questions about proxies usually. But let's kind of get into the next important step too. So you got your phone set up, you got your sneakers accounts downloaded, that's all great and good. But one very important thing too is the payment method. You cannot forget about payment method stuff, because this is very important. So a couple things I want to point out before we get into some online payment methods. If you're with your family, you already got different cards, you got credit cards, and you're good. Just use a different card for each account if you want to be safe. But I will say this, a credit card works safely on up to like 5, maybe even 10 accounts is what some people have said. I would really say on up to 5 accounts is the best to use a credit card. You can use a credit card on up to 5 accounts safely. That's what I would say. I wouldn't really try and stretch it more than that. I know some people have used the same credit card on 6 accounts, and that's fine. But I also want to say this, a debit card, you can only use a debit card on 1 account. You cannot be using a debit card on like 8 accounts. It's not going to work. A debit card is 1 account and 1 account only, because you try and go for a sneaker drop using the same debit card on 2 accounts, guess what? You're getting marked for fraud. So don't do that. And if you don't have any family members with cards that you could borrow, like you could be like, yo, if I borrow your card and I get the drop, I could give you like some of the profit. Or if it's just your mom or something, then I don't know, like they'd be chill with that or whatever. Again, I don't know your family. I'm not a counselor, okay? But we're going to continue the video now. So some online payment methods that you guys can use that are actually work for making virtual credit cards online, that can work for sneakers accounts that you're making, is right here, privacy.com. So these guys right here are best for, I would say, sneakers in the US region. You can use them in the UK, but it's really not best. What's best for the UK and over in the EU, basically anywhere but the US, would be Revolut. These guys right here allow you to make virtual credit cards online. Also, they do the exact same thing as privacy.com, just privacy.com right here. These virtual credit cards are best for the US region, and then the Revolut ones, these ones right here, I would say best for the UK and EU region 100%. These virtual credit cards from Revolut do not work on sneakers in the US. I'm just going to say that outright. But aside from that, 2 other payment methods, if you're not trying to go through the process to make virtual credit cards online, which I understand, it's not really that difficult. You just really make accounts, and then you could set up your accounts like that. It's not hard, especially for Revolut. But 2 more payment methods you can make online. 2 debit cards would be the Venmo MasterCard debit card. This one right here is another payment method that you could just sign up for and make online. You'll get it mailed. So this is one you'll actually have in person too. And same with the Cash App card right here. This is just a debit card you could order online right here. So 2 more payment methods right here, just kind of with discussing different payment methods for each account, because it's very important with this method when running multiple accounts. I just don't want y'all getting caught up in, the reason you don't get a certain drop is because your order gets canceled because your card's acting up. That would suck. Like if you got the sneaker and then your order gets canceled, like that happens to people that just try and use too many accounts on a certain payment method. So just be careful with that. I'm trying to look out for y'all, but make sure you have a different payment method. Very important. And yeah, that's what I'd say is a very essential step right there. But I would say by far one of the most important steps, one of the most important, if not the most important, is when you're setting up all your accounts on sneakers, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to alter your address for every account. Now, since I just live at 2 different addresses, I just put the 2 different addresses I live at for those 2 accounts, and I'm straight there. I really don't do too much. 2 different payment methods for every account. Very simple for me. But again, once I get that 3rd device, I'm going to have to start using this method right here, which is the room altering method, because what you're going to have to do again is when you're having multiple sneakers accounts that you're going for, and if you live in only 1 address and you're going for, let's say, 1 sneakers drop on 4 phones, then obviously you can't put the same shipping address for every account because you can't get 4 of the same shoes shipped to the same address. So let's say you hit on two of those devices and you're running on 4 accounts, which by the way for some drops is very realistic. I just want to point that out. It's not common, but it is realistic. It has happened. I've known people that have hit on 3 accounts using 6 devices, so trust me, stuff like this is possible. But what you're going to have to do is alter your address, and how you can do this is basically, I had the notepad on it, but what you do is basically type in your address completely normal like this for the first account, and then after the address on your first account, type room 1, and then the second account, type your address normally, after it, type room 2, third account, type your address normally, and then after it, type your room 3, so on and so forth. And basically you would do that for every account like that, and that's really how you would alter your address right there to get multiple pairs shipped to the same address. That's a very important step. You don't want to forget that, because if you forget that, then I mean, it's possible. It's still possible that sneakers will mess up and ship some to the same address. It's not likely. They will probably cancel the order because they're usually good at checking that out. I've heard of people not altering their address at all, and not even doing much, and just having success somehow. I really don't know how that's possible, but I think it's pure luck for some people. Different regions are less strict, I guess, but yeah, with that you need to alter your address, so don't forget that if you're using different accounts. So very important right there. But that's how you guys can set up multiple accounts and really cop off sneakers right there. That's how I would say is the best method right there. If you're just using your phones, or you're just making different browsers on your computer, again, you could just make different browsers like this, go to sneakers on this one, and then you could have 2 accounts right here. You could set up another one, another Chrome user, different payment methods in every one, have 3 accounts right there. But again, I really recommend, I'm going to invest in this in the future, and I want to invest in this shortly in the future. So Authentic Accounts browser tool, because you kind of see it. Basically what it does is you could ask what basically browser you want it to go to, and it will open up a bunch of different browsers on different Chrome users that it will make for that sneakers drop. And then all you have to do is just I think you just ask for some payment methods, and it will divide up the accounts properly. It's really cool. I want to show this kind of video. It shows it in action like this. You can kind of see how it does, and then you just go for it like this, and you can kind of see how many browsers it has set up, and it basically does it like that, where it just divides up all the browsers so you don't have to do it individually, and then it has a proxy for each browser so you won't get caught up. So very, very cool too. Shout out Authentic Accounts. I'm just going to close that, but I'd recommend investing in the browser tool and Nike package. That's kind of what I just showed you in action. You could do this solo if you know how to set up proxies individually for each browser. That's probably hard to figure out, but if you know how to do that, and then if you want to individually make 25 accounts, then you can do that. But that's basically how you do that one, and how you would cop off sneakers there. Another method I want to recommend too, I want to say huge shout out to my boys at Secret Sauce Group right here, because what these guys do, I'm gonna link them at the top of the description, but what they do is these guys can cop limited sneaker drops and different things for you, like Supreme drops and different things like that. In this Discord, somebody in their Discord using their slots got me the Mortal Kombat, the arcade machine that Supreme dropped. Someone got me that, so shout out these guys. They're the real deal. And what they are a $60 monthly fee, but it's 100% worth it, because basically you can get that paid off super easily, because you can make so much profit in this group. It's really not that much once you get in there and think about it. I could already have sold the arcade for I think it's 10 times the amount of the monthly fee, but I'm holding that one. That's just going to be a crazy unboxing, so stay tuned for that. But again, they provide insider info, early links, monitors, all that kind of stuff that you would want for drops they got in there. But also how the slots kind of work in the Discord. And the slots, you wouldn't say slots in the Discord, because slots is a banned word by Discord, because they think it's associated with gambling, but not really important. So what you would do once you get in is if you get a chance to run a ticket with them and the ticket is slots, what you would do is be like, yo, are you guys running tickets for, and then just say whatever drop it is that you are trying to get the ticket for. And then if they're like, yeah, and what they would do is basically drop a form, and then in that form you would just fill out. I've done this before. Again, it's 100% safe. It's 100% legit. They've got me Azarus. You guys already know. If you watch the How To Cops, you know how much these guys have gotten me before. Deck over there, the Supreme deck, it's I can't remember what it is, the aerial deck. That's just another thing right there, but plenty of things they've got me. So and that's all you really have to do, and then they don't charge no extra fee, no nothing. It's really great. So if you're interested in checking out these guys group right here, where they can really give you more success and help you up your resale game, just help you make some money, then go check out these guys down below and let them know that I sent you. Just go to their Twitter and send them a DM being like, yo, Tristan sent me, how can I get into this group? And then yeah, that's basically how you guys get in. So that's really everything I gotta say there. So yeah, that's how you guys will be able to, again, 100% cop off sneakers coming up in 2020. One more thing I kind of want to discuss too, because I have seen a lot of different YouTubers talking about this, and I want to kind of throw my own opinion in on this, because I thought it was very interesting. I don't remember who in particular was talking about this, but shout out to you. They were talking about how changing your gender can actually give you more success on sneakers. And I thought this was more interesting, and I will kind of throw my opinion in on this, because they were saying if you maybe change your gender to again, a woman here on sneakers, then you would actually possibly have more success, because Nike knows, or sneakers knows, I mean sneakers is owned by Nike, but they know that less women are reselling shoes and going for most of these drops. I feel like that's at least true to me. Like, you know, less women are reselling shoes right now, so since they know that, they're going to give more women the chances at getting shoes to kind of, I guess, get more included in the game, you know what I mean? So someone kind of threw that in there, and I was like, that kind of makes sense. So if you want to go ahead and do that, that's something you could do. I'm not really going to change my settings or anything, because my accounts have been doing really good. Like on the computer, it's super fast and easy to check out on a computer. Like I 110% recommend making accounts on your computer over a phone. Like I'm just going to say it's faster. I've had more success on my computer account than my phone one, and I made my computer account like a year and a half like after my phone one, so that should say something. But that's all I'm going to say right there. So I'm going to end the screen recording. But yeah, that's how you guys can cop off the Nike sneakers app manually with the method right there for 2020 and 2021. So hopefully I'm stuttering. Oh, let's just roll the outro. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to go ahead and subscribe below, and also drop a like for more content like this. Hopefully I went pretty in depth and kind of showed you at least how to set up multiple accounts, because that's very important, at least to have success at least more often, because sneakers is kind of like a lottery. You know, more chances that you enter in the lottery, the higher chance you have of hitting in the lottery. It's kind of how it works, at least. Just hit my desk. Oops. But yeah, if you want to also go check out my Instagrams down below, feel free to go check this out. This is down in the description. I'd really appreciate the follow there on either or both. You know, we be on those accounts somewhat often. I'm more often on I'm more active on my personal account, so you know, go check that one out. But yeah, that's everything your boy really has to say. So go join the Discord if you haven't. Check out Secret Sauces and my boys. Seriously, bless them. Shout out to them. And yeah, I hope everyone is having a good day too. That's one thing I just want to say. Hopefully you're having a good day. If you aren't having a good day, then you know, hopefully this video made you feel better, at least, because I want you to have a good day. But that's everything I'm gonna say. I'm out. Peace.